You like my arm? Say nah. They look big. A big. Yeah, they're pretty big. My arms are getting big. I don't know why, bro. So I got 3 crosses.
Chrisean Rock really came on live like she was about to give the girls a soft glam tutorial. But somehow the stream turned into a full emotional crime scene with makeup brushes, face tattoos, Miami plans, and Blueface's ghost still sitting in the corner like unpaid rent. 1 minute she's spraying product on her face. The next minute she's casually talking about removing tattoos, covering them for church, skipping stream or university, training, traveling, and launching a whole beauty brand like this was not a live stream, but a season premiere on Zeus with better lighting. And let's be honest, the internet did not hear skincare routine. The internet heard. Wait, so you're removing Blueface from your face, replacing that space with your son, dodging stream or university, going to Miami, and building a glam empire all at the same time. Because only Chrisean can start with last hanging on for dear life and end with fans debating whether this is growth, damage control, rebellion, or the soft launch of a completely new era. But the part that really had people side-eyeing the screen was not the makeup. It was the way she described the tattoo removal like a nightmare finally coming off her face, while still trying to look blessed, booked, and unbothered. And once fans connected the beauty brand talk, the Miami trip, the church comments, and the Blueface tattoo removal together, the whole livestream started looking a lot less like glam. And a lot more like a public funeral for her old life. Now let's rewind, because this whole thing did not start like some dramatic courtroom confession. It started with Chrisean hopping on live acting like she was about to give everybody a cute little face cleanse, a soft reset, a beauty girl moment, maybe a little product test, maybe a little chat with the fans. But because this is Chrisean Rock, even a skincare routine can accidentally turn into a public audit of her entire life. Her choices, her acts, her faith, her future. And the tattoo that still has the internet acting like detectives with ring lights. She came in casual, saying she had not seen everybody in a long time. Talking about her last needing a fill, trying to get her stream together. And before viewers even realized what was happening, the vibe shifted from get ready with me to wait. Are we witnessing a rebrand in real time? And that is where the chaos quietly started cooking, because Chrisean was not just wiping her face. She was standing in front of the audience with all the symbols still visible. The glam, the tattoos, the church energy, the business plans, the training schedule, and the leftover smoke from the Blueface era still following her like a messy group chat nobody can mute. She mentioned praying before the stream, thanked God for the opportunity, and tried to keep the mood blessed. But the internet knows how to turn one innocent sentence into a federal investigation. The second she started talking about what she covers, what she removes, and what still feels distracting, fans stopped caring about exfoliating spray and started zooming in on the bigger picture. Because let's be real, the Blueface tattoo situation has always been one of the loudest symbols in Chrisean's public story. Their relationship was already internet gasoline, explosive moments, public fights, viral clips, family drama, emotional reunions, baby discussions, court headlines, and enough chaos to make a reality TV producer throw their notebook in the air and scream, "We got the season finale." So when Chrisean even lightly mentions tattoo removal or covering the tattoos, the audience does not treat that like normal beauty talk. They treat it like the closing scene of a Toxic Era documentary, where the main character finally looks in the mirror and says, "Okay, this part has to go." The strongest moment came when she talked about the tattoo treatments like something painful but necessary, saying that after all the treatments, the nightmare would be gone off her face. That line hit harder than any product review she could have given, because it sounded less like a beauty update and more like emotional surgery. She did not have to scream, expose, or drag anyone for the point to land. The sentence carried its own weight. The internet heard Nightmare and immediately started connecting every public breakdown, every viral argument, every Blueface-related headline, and every moment where Chrisean's face became part of the larger spectacle around their relationship. And then, just when people thought the Tata talk was already enough, she added another layer by saying that once it was removed enough, she wanted to put her son's face on that side. Now that is the kind of detail that turns a messy livestream into a full emotional plot twist. Because if Blueface's image represented the old chapter pain, attachment, obsession, chaos, and public embarrassment, then replacing it with her child's face sends a very different message. Suddenly, this is not just about deleting an ex from her skin. It is about changing what gets honored, what gets remembered, and what gets carried forward. But the stream was not only about emotional cleanup. Chrisean was also clearly trying to push a new version of herself as a businesswoman. And honestly, that part deserves attention because the timing was too interesting to ignore. She kept testing products, talking about what she might sell, saying this was her makeup line and beauty brand, mentioning pre-orders, a website, a commercial, and a team waiting on her to move forward. That is where the story gets deliciously complicated. Because while fans were stuck on the tattoos and Blueface shadow, Chrisean seemed to be building something completely separate from the old relationship circus. It was giving new era, but with old baggage still peeking through the foundation. And of course, because the internet loves a contradiction more than it loves breakfast, the streamer university comments became another flashpoint. Chrisean explained that she could not do it even if she wanted to, because her schedule was locked around training, work, travel limits, and staying focused on what was next. She made it sound practical, like she was not trying to disrespect anybody or create a dramatic excuse. But online audiences are not exactly known for giving calm, balanced readings when there is a celebrity livestream to dissect. The moment she mentioned she was also planning a quick Miami trip with her teammate, fans had enough material to start building their own courtroom exhibits. Now, to be fair, her explanation had structure. She said she could only travel on tight windows, like weekends, and needed to be back by Sunday because she still had training and responsibilities. She described Miami as a short getaway, something with her homegirls, jets, and that streamer university situation still sits in the background like a messy receipt fans are not done weaving around. Chrisean gave a practical reason. She was focused, training, working, and could only travel under certain limits. But because she also mentioned Miami, the internet had just enough contradiction to keep the conversation alive. Not enough to prove she lied, but enough for people to argue like they were defending closing statements in a reality TV courtroom. That is the uncomfortable middle ground where most celebrity drama lives, not fully exposed, not fully cleared. Just suspicious enough to keep everybody talking. The emotional fallout is that Chrisean is now trying to carry too many narratives at once. She is the mother trying to put her son first. She is the woman trying to remove an ex from her face. She is the believer praying before streams and thinking about what feels distracting on a church stage. She is the fighter training and trying to stay disciplined. She is the entrepreneur testing products and planning a commercial. And she is still the reality TV chaos magnet whose every move gets remixed into fan edits, hot takes, and comment section wars before she can even wash the makeup off. That is why the future impact could go to completely different ways. If Chrisean stays consistent, the tattoo removal and beauty brand could become the beginning of a real public reset, where the audience slowly starts seeing her as more than Blueface's ex, more than viral chaos, and more than a walking Zeus trailer. But if the next clip brings another contradiction, another emotional spiral, or another public back and forth, this Glam era could collapse before the commercial even drops. The internet loves a comeback story, but it loves a downfall sequel even more. And that is the trap waiting right under the soft lighting. But the final twist is the most uncomfortable one. Chrisean may be removing Blueface from her face, but the public still has him tattooed all over her story. That is the part no treatment can erase overnight. She can cover the ink, launch the brand, pray on camera, take the Miami trip, train for the next fight, and talk about honoring her son instead. But the internet is still deciding whether to let her move on. And until Chrisean proves whether this is a real transformation or another chapter in the same chaotic book, one thing is clear: the glam look may be new, but the shadows behind it are not finished talking. So now I need y'all to get in the comments and tell me the truth. Because this whole glam stream was giving skincare, scandal recovery, business launch, spiritual reset, and unresolved Blueface trauma all packed into one tiny bottle of face serum. Do you think Chrisean is really stepping into a new era? Or is the internet just watching another soft glam episode before the next storm pulls up with receipts, screenshots, and somebody's auntie going live from the kitchen? And while you're deciding, go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you money, because this drama did not moisturize itself. Subscribe to Fame Flaws if you want the real celebrity chaos broken down with sarcasm, receipts, and enough side-eye to make a Zeus reunion pause mid-scream. Because over here, we don't just watch the glam. We watch what the glam is hiding underneath. Drop your comment, lock in your opinion, and don't act quiet now after sitting through the Toddy talk, the Miami math, the streamer university confusion, and the beauty brand rebrand like you were the judge in internet court. Until the next messy livestream, the next emotional plot twist, or the next celebrity trying to convince us everything is peaceful while the timeline is on fire. This is Fame Flaws.